Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetshoes.com, and today we are going to compare these two phones which we have with us. These two phones has been recently launched in India. This is the second gen Moto E, and we have the Xiaomi Redmi 2 with us, which has been launched today. This was launched day before yesterday. Both of these devices are available on Flipkart or will be available on Flipkart. This is going to come slightly later, whereas the Moto E is already available, and we are going to compare these two devices on the basis of form factor, build quality, hardware, what kind of thing you actually get for the kind of money you invest on both of them. This is 6999, this is also 6999, so they are directly competitors of each other, and we are going to tell you what you get on the Redmi 2 and what you get on the Moto E second gen in case you plan to buy any of these two phones. So starting with the comparison, first of all I would like to highlight that the Moto E second gen is definitely thicker as compared to the Redmi 2. It is also heavier as compared to the Redmi 2. So thickness wise, physical dimension wise, it is going to be thicker. It is going to be slightly heavier. It is not much heavier, but it feels solid as well when you hold it in hand. The Redmi 2 has got slightly thinner, which is not a major difference compared to the Redmi 1S, but it has got slightly thinner and lightweight. So lightweight is something which is you can easily notice on this phone. So this one has definitely become lightweight as compared to the Moto E second gen. So because Moto E first gen was kind of light, but it also have a smaller display, so which also adds to the lightness in terms of the weight. This device again has a display of 4.5 inch, whereas this one is 4.7 inch. Still the Xiaomi Redmi 2 is lighter as compared to the Moto E, and we will just increase the brightness so that both of these devices actually look better. Yeah, so we have increased the brightness on the Redmi 2 because it was looking kind of faded. Although when it comes to the overall comparison, there are differences in between these two devices. You are getting a slightly better hardware over here, which is Snapdragon 410 as compared to the Snapdragon 200 on the 3G variant of the second gen Moto E. So second gen Moto E has a slightly old hardware compared to this device. It also have a smaller display, but one thing which is good over here is that in case you love stock Android, in case you like the overall UI response and the smoothness of the UI which you normally see on Lollipop phones, you will get it here. Although this device also has got Android, which is not the latest version. This is Android KitKat 4.4, and this is again smoother with the MIUI 6, which is a custom UI running on top of Android, and there is no custom UI running over here on the Moto E second gen, which is actually an advantage sometimes and can be a disadvantage because it does not give you a lot of features which the MIUI 6 actually can give you. So even when this MIUI is kind of custom UI, it is running smoothly. And with this much of hardware configuration, it is running perfectly fine. The hardware is definitely better over here. Snapdragon 410, 1.2 GHz. This is Snapdragon 200, which is kind of old hardware. Talking about the camera is also better over there. We have an 8 megapixel camera over there at the back side, and we have a 5 megapixel camera on the back side. Both of these cameras can record high definition video. We do have secondary microphone on both of them. We do have LED flash over there, but we do not have LED flash over there. So LED flash is actually missing on the second gen Moto E as compared to the Xiaomi Redmi 2. And when it comes to the bottom, you can see that we have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging on both of them. Thickness wise, physical dimension wise, this device is definitely better, I would say. The display size is also bigger, but this device is going to give you one thing which is not as of now there on this device, and you will have to wait for quite a long time to get Lollipop on this one. And I don't expect this device will actually get Lollipop very soon, but this device actually have Lollipop running out of the box. So in case software is the preference for you and you want stock Android and as smooth UI as it can be, then you can go for this one. And this UI is again not bad, I would say. It is also very smooth, but it is Android KitKat, not Lollipop. When it comes to the front camera is VGA over there, and front camera is 2 megapixel over there. And comparing the quality of these two devices in terms of the front camera is definitely better over here on the Redmi 2 as compared to the front camera on the Moto E. When it comes to the rear camera is also better over there. It can give you better photos as compared to this one. Again, this one also have autofocus, this one also have autofocus, so you don't need to worry about that. When it comes to this side, you can see that we have the power and click key, which is actually the metal buttons on the Moto E, and you have plastic buttons over there on the Redmi 2, which is kind of a difference. In case of build quality, I would say this is definitely slightly more stronger as compared to the Redmi 2, but Redmi 2 is no way bad. One thing which is also an advantage on the Redmi 2 as compared to the Moto E is that the Redmi 2 actually has dual SIM connectivity over there, which is there on this one as well, but this is only 3G, whereas the Redmi 2 supports 4G on both the SIM card slot. So this is 4G on both the SIM card slot, and you do have a micro SD memory card slot as well. The battery is also good over there, but it is not bigger as compared to this one. This device has a unibody design, so the battery actually cannot come out. You can only make this ring come out, and then you can access the SIM card slot and the IMI sticker, but the battery can be removed on the Redmi 2 in case that is a preference for you. Battery can be removed here, and the battery on this device is 2200 mAh, whereas this is 2490, which is slightly higher as compared to this one, and this one can also give you more battery backup over time as compared to this one, and we will confirm that once we do the full review. But one thing to note here is that this is only 3G, whereas this is 4G and 3G on both the SIM card slots, which is normally not found on some other phones at this particular price point. So this is going to be a pretty good phone in case connectivity is something which you need, and you need better connectivity for a lesser price. So these are the differences in between these two devices in terms of the overall UI response and the overall day-to-day usage. Both of them are going to perform pretty good, but smoothness of the UI is definitely better over here. You can also have custom UI, custom themes. So in terms of customizations, if you are looking forward to customize the phone, you can do that much better over here on the Xiaomi Redmi 2 as compared to the Moto E. And let me just compare the front and rear camera before we end this video. So I've taken the selfie from the Redmi 2, and I will take a selfie now from the Moto E, and we have the front camera open over there. So you just need to tap on the screen to take a selfie, and let me just take a rear camera photo as well, and then I will take the rear camera photo from the Xiaomi Redmi 2, and we need to toggle the camera again. Yeah. So here we have the photo. So we have taken both the photos on both the devices, from the rear as well as from the front. And let me just preview the photo which I have taken. Okay, let me just, yeah. Here we have the photo taken from the rear camera. As you can see, both of these photos are looking good. I would say not bad at all. The colors are slightly better over here on the Xiaomi Redmi 2 as far as rear camera is concerned. Details are also better, so you can see better details over here as compared to not so good details over there. You can see the details on the flower, but you cannot see that over here on the Moto E rear camera. So rear camera is definitely doing a better job on the Xiaomi Redmi 2. And let's take a look over the front camera quality. This is how the front camera quality look like. The front camera is VG again, it is good. Again, it is not too great in terms of the details, but over here you can see details are actually very nicely reproduced on the Redmi 2 as compared to the Moto E 2nd Gen. So as you can see, the difference is clearly visible, and you will get better selfie photos on the front camera, from the front camera on Redmi 2 as compared to Moto E. So in terms of competition, Moto E is definitely not a great competition if you talk about the hardware, but if you talk about the software experience, then it might be pretty good for a device, for anyone. And in case you want durability, both of these phones will actually last for long, and you can use them for longer time. So this is all we have as far as the quick hands-on comparison in between the Xiaomi Redmi 2 and the 2nd Gen Moto E. We have both of them with us, and in case you have any questions, you can leave your questions in the comment section below. You can like this video help me by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.